Pot Posse. Today we're going to be making crock pot onion potatoes.
Oh, we're having a whole lot of fun. But look at that. Hi, welcome back to another edition of Cooking Chris's Dishes with the good old boy.
Andy and Lou.
That's right, again, the Carb Queen is back in the kitchen for another tater recipe. You know, when Cris goes and gets the groceries for all these recipes and she comes home with all the potatoes and milks and stuff like that.
You want to see how big Addie's eyes get.
I get excited because I know that means two things. One, I get to eat carbs, and two, Aunt Lou's coming up, so woohoo! So today, what are we making, Lou?
We are making crock pot onion potatoes.
This is like just an amazing side dish, a great side dish to go with steak or pork
or
chicken or fish, or who cares? It's got potatoes in it.
it.
We're going to like it. And what we need for this recipe are taters. Now if you look, this is 2 pounds of potatoes that have been, I say thinly sliced. I don't really do too good, and I don't have one of those mandolins, so I sliced it as good as I can. But you want them in uniform slices, 2 pounds, straight in your slow cooker. And then you want to use the bowl that you just dumped out your potatoes in.
Save yourself some dishes.
Because I don't want to clean that up later. So in the bowl,
which
you get,
AKA means that I would clean it up later, so I don't want to clean it up.
I don't want to do the dishes. So in the bowl now we have one ounce packet of onion soup. We're using Lipton. You can use whatever kind of onion soup that is your fancy. But a dry mix goes in there. And then you want to have half a cup. That's a lot of oil, but that's gonna kind of.
You got 2 pounds of potatoes.
Yeah,
to
that's a lot of taters to cover up. So you want to have a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, or as Rachel Ray calls it, EVOO.
Oh my.
On top of that, you want 1/4 cup of butter. That's going to add more fat to the mix. It's also going to add more flavor. Butter and potatoes go extremely well together.
Yes.
And then in this little bowl we have right here, so that we didn't have to have a bunch of little bowls out for me to not clean up later, you have, and I'm going to read this straight from Aunt Lou. You ever notice, like, when you get older, you don't read things like this anymore, you read them out here? That's where I'm at now. Hello, 40s. Isn't it fun?
I wouldn't know yet.
Oh, well, here, read that. You want to have 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/4 teaspoon of dried parsley, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano. Or as Gordon Ramsay calls it, oregano, because he's weird. And then also you want, there's also a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper in there, and then
I already did that.
Salt to taste. And again, I lightly salt to begin with, because that way you can put more on later. It's hard to take salt out. It's easy to put salt in.
Yes.
Now Aunt Lou's going to stir that up.
All nice and mixed together.
Get it all incorporated.
Ooh, get me one of the ones that gets everything out, you know, like the red ones. Okay, so I've got it all stirred up. Oh, wow!
Oh, I thought you were going to catch it.
With the back of my head? You might get another one now, since that's touched my hair and
I'll
the
wash
floor.
it. Oh, who cares about the floor? It touched your hair.
I have clean hair, thank you very much. Okay, can you hand it to me? Thanks.
There you go.
Okay.
Let me do a little.
Alright, hang on to this.
Are you going to use that for, yeah, we're going to use that to toss.
Okay, so I'm going to take and put this, all around. It is really, I'll just tell y'all, it is not easy to do this whenever the GoPro is right over it.
Oh, but it's easy to smell it. That onion soup, and then that butter and oil.
So if you see me...
I'll clean that up later.
I give up.
Sadly done that.
That was really sad.
Right.
We're professionals here, folks, let me tell you. So, you know what? This goes to show you that even though we do this stuff day in and day out, accidents happen, things don't always go perfectly.
Things accidentally fly through the air, hit us in the head.
Right? And then we drop bowls. And so, okay, now take this.
I'll take that.
So now we're going to take, you see all of that stuff in the bottom? We want to get it all over.
You're wanting to get the seasoning all around the potatoes, but more so than that, you want to make sure that your fat, your butter, and your extra virgin olive oil are coating those potatoes all the way around. Because we're going to cook this on high, and it's not going to fry the potatoes, as much as it's gonna bake them, I guess more. It's gonna quickly slow cook them. That sounded like such an oxymoron. But what it's gonna do?
No, that's just moron.
I quit.
Oh, he does not.
No, I don't, because there's potatoes and I want some. It's gonna kind of brown up those potatoes, and when you put an oil at a high heat on potatoes, it's gonna give them that really brown and crispy texture.
Goodness, they smell so good.
My mouth is watering because I can smell those that onion soup mix on there and all those spices, the thyme, the oregano, the parsley.
I think I've almost. And if you're wondering why I'm keeping going, I want to make sure that all of the potatoes have been separated, because you know whenever you cut potatoes, they sometimes just decide to stick back together. They don't want to be cut.
You want uniformity. So, you want, like I said, you want the oil to kind of coat both sides.
So see how that one doesn't have anything? Oh wait, now it does.
Ta-da!
Bam! Oh wait, wrong show.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. We've talked about Rachel Ray. We've talked about Gordon Ramsay, and now we're talking about Emerald Lagasse.
Which,
we're not
all
related
of those,
to any of them.
we are not even close to them.
No. I'm more like Guy Fieri if he was a redneck.
I don't even know who to compare myself to, but because I am so unique. I am just me. Alright, I think I got him covered.
You're something, alright.
I am amazing.
Well, in the meantime, I'm going to find a lid, but what you want to do is you want to...
A lid is actually an important part of this recipe.
Yes, and you want to cover and cook this on high for 2 hours, and you want to stir this occasionally because, again, you're going to want to make sure all the oils go everywhere, that the heat's uniform. Stir it up.
Because, the potatoes that are touching the crock pot, they're going to have a lot more heat than the ones that are piled up, so you just want to stir it up so that it... And I mean, you don't have to do it every 5 minutes. Just get it done.
No, but you want to share, make sure everything's equal for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're going to show you what it looks like when it's all cooked up and done in 3, 2, 1. And we are back, and our onion potatoes are done. This kitchen smells amazing. You can't cook something with an onion soup in it in your kitchen and not smell really good. And this is what she looks like when she's done. Now, we blue stirred this up a couple times. Again, just want to make sure that you're being equal with all of your taters. But look at that. You see the onion soup, how it's all set up in those potatoes.
Well, and I love the taste that the extra virgin olive oil gives to it, and the butter. Like, it just all works together to be really yummy.
This would be a good side dish for like a roast or some chicken. I don't care if it's a roasted chicken or fried chicken.
Ooh, good gravy chicken.
Oh, it'd be very good with good gravy chicken.
Any of the good gravy recipes.
You put that gravy over the top of that.
Oh, so good.
Hey, let's try this out.
All right.
See, first off, you got the fork test, and they go straight
Ba-bam.
down. Well, you can't tell, but I'll come up here with you.
So good.
Check this out. You know your taters are done when you can take your fork and just go right down through there, and there's no resistance whatsoever. Of course, you got that. Whoop. You almost had that right in your lap, didn't you? You got that onion soup right there on there.
So good. What do you think of that flavor combination?
Really? I thought the flavor was going to be more intense because you got that onion soup. It's more mild. So it is. It'd definitely be a side dish.
Super savory.
It's savory, but it's not near as strong as what I thought it was going to be, which I like because you don't necessarily want to have everything having super strong flavors. It's a great accompaniment. It goes well with something else. So it would go really good with that good gravy chicken. Ooh, the onions along with that soup and stuff that's in that good gravy.
And I think for ours that we did here, I think just a sprinkle more of salt will make the flavors kind of pop a little bit more. Over there.
Found it.
And so,
yeah.
like so,
Maybe
I mean,
that's
you just adjust it as needed.
So a little salt.
But like you can taste not only the onion but the oil, like the extra virgin olive oil. Hey, that's why I'm the pro.
A little bit of salt. The onion. As I try to chew this up, the onion really sweetens those potatoes up. But yeah, you put that little sprinkle of salt on the end. That was like magic. Because without that salt, it's good. You put just a little sprinkle of salt there at the end, everything pops. Everything goes up to a whole nother level.
Still be good with good gravy chicken.
Steak. pork roast. Now I'm just thinking about stuff I want to have for dinner. But that is really, really good. This is a good recipe. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm hoping that you will too. In fact, while you're at it, why don't you just take a second, go down below and click for sure the thumbs up button.
Oh yeah.
And then if you have not become a member of the Crock Posse, click the subscribe button.
It really is time.
It is. It's time for you to join the Posse, the Crock Posse, our little family that's all over the world now. And also, if you really, really want to know when we're putting out these videos, and you really, really do, make sure you click the little bell next to the subscribe button called the
ding-a-ling,
and that will let YouTube know that you want to see the videos as soon as they come out. But the most important thing, y'all, is to laugh often.
Eat good food.
And speak life.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Mine.
Mine. Toss it up. In 3, 2, 1. Hi, welcome back to another edition of. Sorry, that was too good. I gotta.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon.